Mochismo Eugene, welcome to another video from Exit Strategy. Please like, subscribe, share the video if you found it helpful and you believe someone else will benefit from it. I'd appreciate that. As you awakened and as you are already awakened, empaths, you will struggle with conflicts that you didn't even design. You are going to be met with combative people, and these people particularly will be dark entities working with dark energies. They will be people who are very, very sadistic, deeply narcissistic, and you will also be dealing with narcissists as well. So when we think about narcissists and we identify them, a lot of times we become laxed to all the other entities that are cousins and brothers and sisters of narcissists. Just using this as a form of reference as to how these people will operate. You've heard about flying monkeys. You've heard about, minions. So these people are no better than the narcissist. And a lot of times, unfortunately, they are empaths, chosen ones, who are not aware and awakened to who they really are. They're just going along to get along, like I like to always say. And if you can remember in times past, you may not have been severely malicious or even remotely malicious. But because of the company you kept, you went along to get along. You did whatever it was that the group was doing to fit in. And this is what makes narcissists so powerful and so deadly. It's far-reaching because what they are doing is recruiting people to behave like them. And so once you understand this, you'll be met with conflicts. There will be people that will, random strangers will walk up and they will create a conflict out of thin air. And it won't be anything that you can right way pin it to. You won't be able to say, wow, I bumped into them and they had an attitude. You will walk into a room and a person may become fixated on you and stare at you and go in on you. Don't be dismayed. As an awakened empath who's vibrating high, educating yourself on how these dark entities jump around through people. You can do one or two things or both. You can give a somber stare, not a cold stare. It's not a stare down or stare off. Who can win the stare? That's not what you're doing. You're calmly, solemnly, in a very, very solemn way. You're going to look at them stoically and you look away. And you continue to proceed to do whatever it is you're doing. And if you don't feel a need to stare at them, just look away and continuing to do what you're doing. But be conscious of your surroundings. Be conscious of that person who's aggressing you, because in no ways do you want to be caught off by surprise. It's not okay for you to let someone deliberately assault you blindly and not see it coming. So I'm not encouraging you to just take blind eyes on this. And in the way that you will do that, casually observe this person, especially if you see that they're becoming verbally combative for no apparent reason. You don't have to stare directly at them. You can just kind of look around, just kind of out of your peripheral. As long as they got a safe amount of distance from you and you don't feel a threat, an imminent threat, you don't have to give them your attention or your energy, because this is when these type of dark energies are going through something bad. They're going through something that is not good. They've either lost supply, they are having a hard time gathering supply, and the supply that they've gathered is probably not giving them the type of fuel that is required for them to vibrate in the sadistic way that they vibrate. So it could be a number of reasons, because this is when they are they are basically decomposing right in front of your eyes. This is when they're having this meltdown, this narcissistic rage comes out, because they've suffered an injury as a result of these things, not having this supply, not having something go their way. And it could be something as small as something not going their way. It could be as simple as them going and asking someone for money, to loan them some money, and the person said no. Put a boundary up. It's very simple stuff that these people are triggered by. And when they come into your life, they're trying to diminish your stance that you have. And what threatens them, again, on top of all of those things, because there's multiple reasons why they are attacking you, none of which has anything to do with you, but whereas it pertains to you, when and if they do attack you, it's because you have that peace, you have an aura, you have a security about yourself. And that security doesn't mean some empaths suffer with self-esteem issues, because this comes along with the territory of how you were brought up. And so we're finding our way back into who we are, or back to who we are. So you're secure in yourself, and it doesn't mean you have this overwhelming confidence outwardly. This is something that's innate to who you are. You are secure in the person you are, and really it's nothing that you're doing purposely that is creating this secure type aura, other than just being you, authenticity. That's enough. That authenticity threatens the narcissist, because they don't like to be around something that's real and genuine. They hover around people who are malicious, conniving, cutthroat, two-timing, swindlers. They hang around their type because they have that same agenda. Birds of a feather flock together. You understand that? So when these things happen to you, people confront you out of the blue, it could be family members. A lot of times you are searching your mind and your head when they go off, family members I'm talking, go off on you, and you just showed up. You find yourself scrambling in your head, in your data bank, trying to attribute their hostility to this or that. So you're trying to do your CSI to explain away their behavior. Don't do it. That's wasted energy for you. You don't have to find a Band-Aid to put on their sore. You didn't hurt them, so you're not there to support their healing. They came to hurt you. And so when they do this, as a family member does, you can just shake your head and walk out. Because they're threatened by you, that family member, in some way, shape, or form. Like I said, it could be your peace, it could be your security within yourself, your aura. It also can be because they know that you're the one that's liked a little more than they are. You're the one that gets talked about even when you're not around. Not in a bad way. You're being talked about in a good light, and they don't like this. They're very envious. They're very jealous people. So they really don't have the confidence and the security within themselves to just be able to tolerate even hearing good stuff about other people being spoken, good things about other people being spoken, having other people put in good light. They don't like that. They're ready to poke a hole in that person's character. And this is very, very sadistic, sick ways of thinking, but they are who they are. And they're getting worse and worse and worse, because you'll have a narcissist that will train their child to go in the store and steal. And when that child gets caught with that item, the child plays the position. And a lot of times it's not even scripted. The child is unaware that the mom's going to confront him when the security catches the child and ask him, where your mom? They go to the mom and say, we caught him stealing, blah, blah, blah. That parent right way reprimands that child in the presence of a security guard, giving the illusion that they don't tolerate stealing. Johnny, didn't I tell you? Susan, told you not to be stealing out of this store. And if you think about that, just that statement alone, I told you not to be stealing out of the store, that gives telltale that this child has done this before. So narcissists don't even know how to lie. And to the trained ear, you would right way think, this sounds like something that the mother's just cut and pasted. This is just damage control. And that child's looking at the mother like, wants to say like, Mommy, you put that in my pocket, or you told us to do that. And a lot of times they won't tell them to don't tell, or don't or act like you are scared or cry. They don't tell them to just cry. Sometimes the child just cries because this comes out of left field. They don't know that their parent is playing two ends against the middle. They're encouraging them to steal, but then they're turncoat on the child when they get caught. This is the epitome of a narcissist. They will leave you out there to dry. They will go in. They will conspire to do something with you, and when you get caught or they get caught, you already know. You can get away with something scot-free. Then your name comes up. These people cannot be trusted. It's like we say back home, they're like a bad refrigerator. They cannot keep nothing, good, bad, or ugly. Any information the narcissist has, it will spoil if they don't talk about it or tell it. That's what they thrive on that, because this is what really, really makes them tick. If they're not destroying somebody, they're not living. That being said, bless.